Good day and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole.
Yay! Worse! No, that's
for those DMs out there, if you ever spent the last 8 to 10 hours in a chair writing up an amazing scene that you're just so excited for, and then when it finally comes on the same day for a DM to do that performance checks to bring it into the world, you get that. You're like so up here, and then you hit the crash.
Usually right about the time the party goes, no, that doesn't sound exciting. We're going to talk to the goblin.
Goblin chicken goblin.
Yeah, or that guy in the blue hat. He must be evil. Let's talk to him. Anyway, hey, some announcements before we get started?
Yes. Would you like to point to our description? There you go. Look at the description. There's some cool-ass people, including that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. No, we got some great artists that have helped us out. The art is represented here, also in our credits and our intro, and so we wanted to give a shout out to them. Please look for their details in the description below. And also, we have a Patreon now. Thank you for all your support, for those who are providing support for us.
Both of you.
Thanks, Mom.
My mother's not giving money to one.
Anyway, yeah, she's paying us to stop. So anyway, thank you, and hey, let's go ahead and get started, man. Unless you got anything else.
No, let's go.
All right.
Help but notice the world is not the same as when we all got started, and we know who's to blame. No turning back now to try to be insane, for what's beyond the veil too vivid to explain. Faceless behemoths haunt my dreams, seeking to steal my sanity. I will not stand down, won't back away, as long as you're with me.
Hi. Technology. It's great. So, last we left our intrepid heroes.
Oh, shit. We left our intrepid heroes.
Yes.
Next
I
time.
hate it when you leave your skin at home.
What?
Wasn't my skin.
Did we leave them intrepid? Where's that?
Yeah.
What's trepid? It's the greater,
Silver Menagerie.
greater toad suck region of Arkansas.
With a big bang that followed
Can't
the
show
new-
you anything.
With the big bang that reset everything, thanks to help with of you and Relic doing your thing, you woke up in a new city, or the same city.
Yes, the world ended not with a whimper, not with a bang, but with the maniacal cackling of a 3-foot wizard.
And the vandalizing of a statue.
I'm saying the world ended with it.
I'm sorry, I heard very distinctly, I'm Ginger?
That's why I
From
ended
the darks of the Palladium, what does it say when you look into the depths of the void itself? I'm Ginger?
Question mark?
The Silver Menagerie. You're in Harpoon right now, discovering your new connections, figuring out what's still on the whiteboard of doom, and figuring out if you can actually tamper with fate enough to prevent a total collapse of civilization as you know it from the ever hunger that is on the horizon in 7 years.
So dealing with Vedek's girlfriend.
And dealing with Vedek's.
This is like live, die, repeat, or like trying to prevent Ragnarok.
More like Looper.
Vedek, you met a shard of your girlfriend. The mental projection that has been removed, that is relationships, loves, and past attachments that she found no longer viable in her current career.
You met the only part of her that still likes you.
It's a big part of her, though.
Now that we're a little bit outed,
Okay, she's thick.
the implications of tampering with one's mind and physically removing it, and almost to the point of tethering one's soul because it brings up the concept, what is a soul? Is it the memories that make it, or is it other stuff in the body?
It's kind of like a tilapia.
Yeah.
Marshmallow peep.
But
You know, you just-
that was not your main priority as you started to look into the thing that you were hunting for, well, hundreds of years, and you finally have a map to whatever that thing is. As the rest of you interrogated an old character, Draco-Nomicon, to get a book! That is the book! The all-seeing book! No, everyone wants this book for some fucking reason. So you got it from the Draco-Nomicon that was less than enthusiastic on the trade, but with an impossibly charismatic Quinn, you were able to sweet-talk your way into his arms and take that book away from him.
I don't remember that part, but, I'll take one for the team.
Sweet talking. That's what we call it. Not money on the table.
And at the end of the day, when you were reminded by a couple of messengers that kept flying into some glass planes and flying through essentially flak for them through a fireworks city, a couple of messenger pixies came to you and reminded you that, at least same thing in this universe, you're being called.
Yep.
There's a
called or cold?
little bit of both, actually. There's a possible
The
blood.
Fae are mad at me. Well, they're mad at my family.
They're,
They say they're mad at my
they are
bloodline.
disgusting. They
That's
haven't
you.
implemented yet, at least in this version of reality. They are discussing the possibilities of enacting a blood hunt, which sounds exactly what it is. And having a Fae to contractually write a blood hunt is usually a very bad thing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're part of that blood lineage.
So theoretically, could you send them on a wild goose chase if you just donated to a lot of blood banks, or is it not quite that?
Oh no! See, I was going the other way. Blood some, or blood hunt. Oh look, there's some, and there's some. And why does that look suspiciously like mine?
Careful, in FeyWild, sizes get real weird. You got
There's some too.
There are orphanages throughout the realm that are just
Filled with your
about to be
bastards?
massacred.
And then we learned where Becky really came from.
And with the coming end of the celebration as the fireworks end, and you decide to, or at least at that moment, to go to the Fey portal and to report at this lightning-struck tree in the Feywild, going to the opposite coin of the Shadowfield. I'm assuming you're not going to go right then and there because you just did a full day of shenanigans, paintball fights, casting a bunch of things, and a secondary revision of a statue vandalization again.
Sure. Also, I'm at a sleepover, so
Sure,
I'm
that-
not coming back into
Yeah, you kind of reported back and then you went away again. It's like, so I'm assuming you guys finished up the night, had a long rest, and then in the morning you'll do what you do.
Yep.
And you don't have to leave right now. Yeah, you are being summoned to some sort of thing in the Feywild, but Feywild,
here,
tiny
Yeah.
thing. So you got time. If you want to do anything while you're in civilization still before you go off again, you can do it now. Trying to do
Duct tape. You know, it doesn't work like. Never mind.
So, describe what you're doing. I read your email, don't worry.
I am trying to find an artificer who can combine these two items.
Okay, which is the Gale of Ever Ice, that was the item from the Lord of Bitter Frost,
Yeah.
and the
Shooting
Bow
Star
of Shooting
bow.
Stars,
Yeah.
or what, something like that.
Basically, one is from the Feywild, and one is from the Shadowfell. So I'm kind of curious how this could work out.
Oh boy.
You know,
Okay.
yeah, you know,
Did you ever make the little volcano in science class where you put the?
Todd has a little manual. Combine thing.
Skull and
It says
Crossbow.
don't.
It doesn't say that, it's just Skull
But
and
mine
Crossbow.
says do, but for an entirely different reason.
Do because it's cool. Don't because it's stupid.
It lists the PPE I need to be wearing.
How do you get a soul protection?
So,
I've got an item that'll take your soul. It's technically safe.
I know that spell.
I don't like
I
that.
got it. I stole it from Niquist while she was.
I actually don't want to combine the bow with the other bow. That's not actually what I want to accomplish.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to take the properties of the bow and put them into the bracers of archery.
Okay. A little easier to do. So, before I give you any information, going to roll a general. I mean, what can be a luck check at this point?
General luck check.
Because you're high enough in persuasion that you don't even need to roll your 30s and you can't get lower than that. Going to roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
3.
3. So you go to the general
We're off
market,
to an auspicious start here.
and about an hour later, you find yourself in the back alley that's somehow cracked. It has a blinking light tick, 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 that has a loud buzzing sound.
Flickering street light.
As you find yourself in General Good Markets Construction, will build anything for money. And it has that weird plastered sized, overly sized eye of a gnome with a cracked golden tooth.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted.
Yes.
It's that
We're
one.
gold because of the light swing. Flicker going on the.
It's the one gnome.
No,
that I
it's a
found.
golden tooth with a crack in it.
Yeah.
And you notice there's actually cogs in that tooth.
Oh, fun.
They're decorative. It's fine.
I need us to label this episode with dental horror.
Yeah, they weren't there to begin with. It's just, an accident. Now they're embedded. Now they're good.
And when you open it up, there's a ding, 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 and then some more alarms. As about 5-6 alarms go off at once across the entire building. That's only a 10-foot square.
And yet there's 20 people working here. Because there's 3 levels of stone benches.
Yes. They're in the back room so that bigger people can stand in the front because we're in the Forge City. There's big people and small people of all sizes, so they have to have multi-purposes. And so there's a help desk immediately as soon as you step in, and there's 3 stacked workbenches of about 6 people, 6 halfling gnomes and what looks to be dark gnomes, darker skin, longer nose individuals that are currently writing out papers, working on small little contraptions, or are currently taking over his desk and the desk next to him, which is making the other guy having to hunch even more to fiddle with whatever he's fiddling with something bigger that seems to be steel-barreled and a gun. And as soon as you open the door, all the eyes...
I feel like I found this place in an alley between a porn shop and a shop that sells meat in piles.
Like warning of where that second shop is. I don't think a bunny should go there. Seems like a problem for
The
anybody.
funny thing is, like at the same time, this is this is a horrible place to be. This is a terrible, seedy part of the city. I'm also a rather high-level adventurer and can nuke this site from more.
Oh, yeah, 100%! But that doesn't do anything about, I don't feel okay
Yeah, I
here.
don't feel.
You feel like you need a tetanus shot just for walking in the door?
I did not come here to commit murder. I'm more than willing.
One of them immediately just goes, so, what's the business? Pleasure?
No, that's next door.
I have.
I told you it was my share that guy.
I didn't say anything to you, your mother!
I saw your mother last week. She did pretty good, actually.
Thank you. Tell her I miss her.
She doesn't you.
Well. Just trying to see how left far field that went.
I just saw that our random tangents have drama. Just family drama.
All right, so the CD bar,
CD bar.
the CD back alley.
Stop interrupting.
I have a unique and wonderful challenge that I dare say may be beyond any in this fair city, but I trek nonetheless from shop to shop, seeing if there are any capable of this feat of magical.
Oh, you're a talker, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
All right. To speed this up, every minute that you're talking is going to cost you 1 gold.
I put 50 gold on the table.
Hell yeah! And he pulls up a chair and just sits in front of you, puts some tea that was brewed in some sort of concoction of welded materials together, and pours it in front of you. Continue.
So I tell the tale.
I'm taking my lunch break!
So, what I need is the various secondary magical abilities of this bow placed into these bracers.
Shiny. Yeah, sure, okay. You just want the bow inside those.
I want the magical abilities of the bow imbued into these bracers.
So this dark-skinned gnome, a deep gnome.
Yeah.
You're more.
Yeah. I don't want a crossbow bracer.
That has these small beady eyes, flibbled hair that looks like that has been more than occasion been burnt off his scalp. With 3 fingers on his right hand and 2 fingers on his left.
Pointer and thumb.
That has been replaced with the remaining of the fingers that have been replaced with metallic. I want to call them fingers, but it's more like slabs of metal that resemble an appendage, but is more like a solid unit that flips and opens and flips and opens. So,
Wow. It's the first day I had my hook.
alright, so just to understand, you want the medical properties imbued from this bow to go into this item.
Yes.
Is it already magically enhanced?
Yes, but with correlating magics.
What's correlating?
Magics of similar
Oh, this is going to
nature.
go well. This is going to go so well.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you? Vanek is like...
Benix turns or swivels around. There's a golden cobalt that swivels on one of the seats, but he's got like this obvious like nose and mustache. Just a consultant, I'm sure.
You're an intern, you don't get paid until next week.
How did you already get hired?
He came by last week. Remember, he looked in the book. He knew I was going to come to this shop.
Consulting the bones.
He's new, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
No, I concur. Suffice to say,
God violently with a giant quill taking notes that brush the ceiling.
I have need of I have needed the added spell casting prowess that this bow imbues into me, but I have a potentially superior weapon to replace it.
And he's like sucking, and there's a missing tooth that he's kind of sucking with his tongue out of it. Alright! Yeah, give me the bow, give me the item. That's gonna be 500 gold pieces, and I'll see you tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna need your help. Everyone else is busy. We got a to-do list, a mile long, so everyone back to work! And you hear, fuck you! Fuck you too, mate. See you tomorrow.
Bye, Dad.
Fuck your mother! Bye, Dad.
Yeah. If you want it, I mean, what's the time constraint? I'm assuming if
As
you're with
quickly
me,
as
it's gonna be quick.
As quickly as possible while maintaining efficacy.
Again, you're using these words that I don't understand.
I can assist if necessary.
Okay, I can understand that. You're not getting paid for this shit. Still 500 gold. Alright?
You can't use words that are longer than he is.
I got a handjob from your sister. 2 silver pieces. Oh, she's charging a silver per inch now.
Well, we fit in quite well in here. Roll another d20 straight up.
I'm not gonna roll out. I'm gonna roll a coffee d20.
Okay.
12.
12. So 3 hours later,
Okay.
and various components that have been wired together. And we're talking about hot welded, as the bow is quite literally being placed into a machine into the wall that has various different snapping electrical wires. As another one of these nodes is currently running in a hamster wheel that's generating the power. That is winding up the power.
And there's someone with like a gem on a stick stick, holding it in front of them.
Exactly, as another one is currently opening up the ceiling and lifting something in the air as a little bit of lighting. As this gnome turns around with thick leather gloves, looks at the gauntlets that are about to be connected with some sort of vast amount of energies, and says, "Can you hold that?"
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So you place your hands on it as your hair is starting to like levitate. We gotta clear loop! Go, 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 go! As the guy in the hamster wheel is going faster and faster and faster, and next thing you know, it just kind of perpetuates on itself because the energy is getting too much, and he's just plastered against the own wall as he's going. As a final.
Ralph Wiggum's me. I'm in danger.
I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, goody. My best one. 4. Actually, that's a -1 because I rolled a 1.
So if you're
So now
But you can't roll less than a 10.
yeah,
On Constitution.
Never mind, I take it totally back.
you're still in the background watching. It's some janky ass shit.
I shit his pants.
So have you ever seen that scene from Home Alone when the guy gets electrocuted and it goes
Launches him across.
Yeah, everybody goes skeletal for a split second. That's you.
Yeah.
You're gonna take.
Dude, I do the YMCA in Chinese.
So you
There
take
goes our
13
whole
points.
position.
You take
Happy Lunar
13
Year.
points of lightning damage.
Happy Tet.
13
As you go flying out the door, as the bow explodes in 1,000 people, that shrapnel goes everywhere, and surprisingly, everyone has already put up a couple like metal shields in preparation on their back so they can continue working.
There's one guy that opens an umbrella, like shoots down. Oh, that was good.
And you get up, and you can hear the beep out of your ears as your hair is smoking, and you can taste the ionization in your mouth.
Lemons!
I would like this to be a moment where
Smells like purple.
Todd, walking down the street looking for a store that sells musical instruments, sees this and turns around and goes a different.
Tastes like almonds.
Lemon!
Does this work? Oh yeah, there we go. Anyway.
Are we gonna attack again?
And when you get back to it, you notice that the guy was wearing the gloves. That's kind of standing 5 feet away, allowing you to do what you need, what he needed to do, but he let you do it.
Yeah.
Noticing that the gold that he did take away off the
He's
countertop has now
gold.
melted into one gelatinous mass of gold
Yeah.
that he placed on the countertop. Takes the gold platinum, places with a heavy thunk. It's done. It's just sizzling there.
The brightness.
Hot. You take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Well, literal blood, sweat, and tears.
And you're going to roll another d20 luck check.
Oh god, these are going so well for me today. 7!
7. Yeah, they look pretty
High
good.
roll for the night.
No, I had a 12 earlier.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
Yeah.
No possible way they couldn't be malfunctioning.
No.
Some merit.
They,
At some
it
point-
did explode, and it definitely has some magical influence on it, but that might be the ionization that you're smelling.
I can't smell anything right now. All I smell is my own burnt hair.
Yeah. Still smoking, and
He vaguely smells the concept of disappointment.
I can smell sound and taste colors.
So, Sparks and I are sitting waiting for them to come back, and Todd's out. We're
Is there
looking
anything
around.
else you want to do, Quinn?
I want to see if I can ensure that they actually work.
You gonna ask the guy or someone else?
I was
he's gonna tell you a yes.
gonna try and cast one of the spells that they grant.
I'm willing to challenge.
Which spell do you activate?
Something stupid and simple.
That couldn't possibly go wrong.
How about detect magic?
So when you try to view it, it takes a moment because you have to retune to the process of these items because they've been reset.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff. And as you're looking at these, I mean, what did they look like initially? Not the bow, but
The bracers were they were simple leather bracers because they're what archers would wear to keep the bowstring from skipping off their forearms. But the outside had like this image of an arrow in flight.
Okay, so traditional in terms of
Bracers of archery. Yeah.
yeah, bracers of archery. However, it's strange, and your bow of shooting stars always had that ethereal void night sky kind of aesthetic to it. And it's a little weird because when you look at there's a slight shimmer of like you would call it dust initially, but it's actually a slight undertone, like looking at beyond the first layer of an object that has a glaze that is actually star constellations.
Like a starfield.
Yes.
Nice. Wait, now I'm glittery. Fuck.
You always showed
My
up.
world, welcome to it.
And you notice that there's actually circles around them that initially there's like, oh, constellations and orbits and stuff like that, but they're actually shaped in cogs.
Oh, goody.
So what do you manifest?
Detect magic.
Detect magic. As you activate it, your arms are really hot right now, and you hear it almost like a Geiger counter going off. And you're like,
So
and you can feel the magic pretty much all over your body, and there's a bunch of magical items. Ding, 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 and you notice that the fingers and the eyes specifically, these dark beady eyes that you initially thought they were just tiny, tiny eyes, are actually lenses in this guy's skull. That just looks at you, puts a thumbs up.
All right.
Lenses in this guy's skull. Jeez.
I'm
I had a
satisfied.
hard line.
I'm satisfied, such as I am.
Good, no refunds. And he closes the door in front of you. And you're like, "Boo! Back to work, lunch break's over! We didn't have a break." Yeah! That's what I said!
Your mother's a whore. Hi, Dad.
How many times you get to say that?
Your mother's a whore. I know, Dad.
I screwed your mom last night. Yeah, Dad. At home.
I've been asleep because of it. My bedroom's right next to yours.
So Ekin sparks as you finish up, Quinn, and feel violated in some ways and lighter.
We're just sitting here talking, and off in the distance we hear a...
Nothing's gonna take.
The map pans out. There's just a little mushroom.
It's a-
A butterfly flies away off of a nearby flower.
10 to 1, he comes back and he's going to ask us, I wonder why I have to load it in the arrow pointing this way. Like arrows to shoot him, because it's not alright.
So for purposes,
Yep.
every time you imbue a magical... every time you invoked something about that item,
Yep.
you're going to roll on the wild magic.
Oh, God.
Oh!
So we're going to roll a d20.
No.
That's not good.
6.
Or it could be really
Six.
great.
Yep, seems good.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I'm
Wow.
not sure.
The good news is those aren't spells I use a lot, but they are utility spells.
And we're about to go to the FeyWild with wild magic. Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
I'm super excited for Detect Magic Fireball centered on your stack.
You found some?
It's gotta go great.
It's like need to cast Pass Without a Trace and just cast like Alarm that you trigger immediately.
Teleport. Cast invisibility. You cast teleport without error. Somehow he just disappears. Well, I guess he's invisible.
Right to the next thing, go to the volcano.
Well, that's Quinn. He ain't talking.
Oh my god, you're going to... Oh, alright.
I agree. That would be a dead giveaway. If you didn't talk in response to your name, we would know you weren't just invisible. We're gone.
So that's Quinn. He's not talking.
Well, most of you would. I'd be like, wow, he's really good.
We also wouldn't clue you in. We'd be like, yeah, he's great.
He's even being so quiet that he won't even say his name.
Yep.
All right. We were going to the... Are we going over to our friend... how do we get back into the FeyWild? Or not back into the FeyWild. How do we get in?
We have a
There was a
archway that
portal.
takes us there.
There was a...
We're not going to the guy with the
I would like to
paintings, are we?
I get back,
Okay.
and I am playing a banjo proficiently as I walk in. That is what happened.
Done.
Okay, cool. I guess.
Wow.
You learn how to play the banjo.
I had a dream.
You dreamt you could play, and now you can play?
I dreamt I could play the banjo too. Let me see it.
Are you gonna break it?
No.
Maybe
Are you gonna break it on accident?
I cannot promise anything.
Playing Thunderstruck on the banjo.
I assume that that's a custom build with my given height. So
What happened?
She knocked over a pillow.
How much does it cost?
Doggy fell.
Oh, for you?
yeah,
Tiny banjo.
Tiny banjo?
It's like a
If you
ukulele
spend 15
sized
gold, you
banjo.
get good banjo.
Okay. How many? Wait, did you?
15.
15.
Yeah.
I have to do math. Sorry.
And that's like top of the line banjo.
I would accept nothing less, largely because I forgot how shopping worked and
You and I can play dueling banjos now.
on the right
Going down to
day.
Georgia. Oh, banjos?
If you're ever
No,
gonna
I
challenge,
can't get Thunderstruck out of my head.
if you ever, we're ever gonna play together, let me pick the instrument, okay?
I'm proficient with like 8, so.
I'm like, today's not a good bagpipe day for me.
Ah.
I like the bagpipes. They're loud.
They're obnoxious. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Sweet. I have a top of the line banjo.
What are we doing
So,
again? Vedic, you finish your internship.
Walk out holding some gnome's lunch, just eating it.
It's terrible. There's a cat.
Where are we going?
To the FeyWild. Apparently.
So,
Hey, who's the new guy?
Okay, we're trying to go that meeting, that blood thing meeting. talking about?
Yes,
This is your story.
Yes, the
Dun,
Fey.
dun, dun, dun.
I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad.
dum 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 dum.
In character, Quinn is all about it. I finally have musical accompaniment to my existence that I didn't have to provide myself. Alright. So, the Sealy Court is meeting to consider a blood hunt against my family. So, more than likely something my brother has done.
You have a brother?
I have 2.
Okay.
Is a blood hunt the same in the Feywild as it is in the Shadowfell?
Less popcorn, I imagine.
Yes, only
A lot more blood?
That's a lot more colorful, actually, in the Feywild.
You're not
The
wrong.
things they can do with flowers.
in the Shadowfell. A blood hunt would be the capture or killing of everyone of your bloodline. Often there would be torture.
What if you don't have blood?
The Feywild, there might be capture, there might be killing, there wouldn't be torture, but everything that your family line had ever brought to fruition would be unmade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
What?
Shadowfell they just
So
kill.
why?
What exactly? They don't just kill you. But that's not important. So
What?
what has your family brought into being?
Quite a bit.
Go and roll an insight on your own family.
On my own
history.
shit. Natural 20!
Natural 20.
Fuck yeah! All that other bullshit! Knowing my own backstory, I get to natural 20?
So, being a person that...
Wait!
Okay.
39.
39.
39.
So, yes.
Can a banjo make a womp womp?
With that slight inspiration from
Slide whistle.
Tag being the background music of your own family life right now, it kind of moves you a little bit. But you start processing, dissecting, remembering, and
Lego Danny
there's
Boy on
never been a
banjo.
blood feud to your remembrance in your generation. Or in the last generation or the
Blood
generation
feud or
before.
blood hunt?
Blood hunt, sorry.
Okay. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah, blood hunts.
Blood feuds. There's been lots of blood feuds.
There's plenty of blood feuds, but blood hunts are different. you said what a blood hunt is, and you're going through your family lineage, and even with all the things that you know about your family and what your father did, and you don't know what your brother did, but he's been learning magic. There's all sorts of things that people in history, across even your kingdom, have done in terms of atrocities with magic. But there's nothing in terms of Fey that they would deem necessary enough to be of a horrid event on the material plane to even think about of a blood hunt. You don't know what he did.
Oh, I already know that.
You don't, even with your like fast past what your father did, they don't fucking care because I was on the material.
Well, that's the debt.
Yeah, that's the debt, but that made, they were the, anyway, they're the ones that caused that debt in the first place. So they were more than happy for that debt to be made. Very much like a bank. They don't want to have it paid off. But what would have something on the material plane, and even in the Fey realms, what would unite this, the Sealy court members and those around it to get, angry enough to actually write down as a community for a blood hunt? You don't even know what would happen. You don't even know what would cause that to happen.
But I'm inherently blaming my brother.
Yeah, because you have information from your buddy that told you that it was a human male and a half-elf that was in charge of these operations.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't name names, but he didn't have to.
No.
I wonder. We've been in the Shadowfell, and we go to the FeyWild. There's like two sides of a coin, right? Is that right, Todd?
Why are we going through?
Think of it more like opposite sides of a cube.
Why are we going through the Feywild again?
Again,
There's a lot of questions going around. I'm just
the
gonna.
Sealy court is meeting to consider issuing a blood hunt against my family line.
Okay.
And while you are correct, this is not necessarily any business or concern of yours. I would appreciate any assistance you might offer should things become unpleasant.
I've been 7 years.
Weren't we going to go through the Feywild because it was a quicker way to get somewhere else?
Yes, we're going to...
So we're 2 birds, 1 stone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we're just going to go to the unsealy court's in the Shadowfell, and then the Sealy court is in. Oh wow! It is two sides of a coin.
My ears sag further down. So, you're in charge of the Silver Menagerie?
Apparently.
So, you going and doing this means the Silver Menagerie is going doing this, and I'm supposed to help the Silver Menagerie, so I'm going to help you do this?
Appreciated. Well, that's right. Nick was left me in charge.
Okay.
Did she?
Whips out a parchment.
Sorry, I couldn't take them anymore. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll help. I need you around for a thing later.
Okay.
Also, I like
There's
that.
a card game. Very important.
You need someone to tell you who's bluffing.
Never play a game of chance with a wizard
No, but
lucky kobold.
Fate wizard and
Yeah.
my social skills. Set us down on a poker table.
Oh god.
I'm proficient with cards. I'm just saying this needs to happen.
As do I.
but really, I'm all right. Fine, I'm willing to help you out, but there's this
The green dragon.
ecological, the bad shit.
Yeah.
Trask eggs, elephants.
No,
Trask,
it's-
elephant, devil army,
It's
devil
right there.
pla-
The green
No.
dragon extract well. That is why we were going through the Feywild.
The green dragon
exalted claw.
extract.
It was a
extracted
shortcut
claw.
to get to where that guy is.
Oh,
And death
okay.
squads for
Clarification.
Quinn.
Death squad for Quinn?
Okay, I think there was a slight confusion.
Blood hunt, death squad.
Gotcha.
The blood hunt is with the messenger that gave it
Favorite
to you.
child?
I said that there's a meeting grounds with the centaur that you know.
Yeah, he's in there. Yes.
And a twin dryad that has been split by a lightning strike. Mm-hmm. They did not give names because you don't do that.
Yeah.
Saying that was, and with that natural 20 inside, the messenger did not say that it is going to be a trial, but with that natural 20 inside, with a blood hunt on the horizon,
That is a trial.
there is being a trial, specifically being about you, if you're going to be included in this blood hunt on one side or the other.
Yeah. Which means either they're going to come after me the same way they'd be going after the rest of my family, or I will be pressed into the service of hunting down everyone else in my line.
Unless you dare to...
That's sick.
Welcome to the Shadowfell, I guess.
No,
No,
welcome to the
FeyWild.
Welcome to the jungle.
I don't get it.
Welcome to where? What?
FeyWild.
I don't get it.
Tell me I had that song prepared for when you go.
He got thunderstruck in my head. There's no getting it. It's
Welcome to the jungle.
So we're gonna have the theme for tonight's episode to be something about less talk, more rock.
So... No, I might have misinterpreted, but the reason why you were going through the reason why you were going through the Feywild is one, the trial area of is in the Feywild, and two, it's easier to go through there, and you didn't want to take a ship and take a number of weeks to fly across the nation in order to get there with the sky ship.
Yeah.
We could, as we're going through the Feywild,
Yes.
We'll probably be like
all
2 days.
reasons why we're there. Maybe we're traveling musicians. I've got my percussion. I could be the percussion person. Pull out a pan and a big old spoon.
Make a performance check.
Do you think
At
there's
disadvantage.
border control?
minor illusion. I have an accordion.
Yes. It makes no sound.
We'll get there.
Do they think there's border control at the plains?
9.
9. It sounds like a bunch of trash being beat together.
Imagine. Never mind. I'm gonna offend 5 different groups with that one.
No one's participating with me.
No.
Do you think there's border control at portals?
Oh, all right. No, I meant when we're there. When we're in there.
Yes.
We don't need
You
an
can
alibi.
be an adventurer in the
Oh,
Feywild.
I've never been. I just assumed that we had to be like,
So some of the
Show our
rules that you
credentials,
were
guys.
given, some of the rules you were given by Nicholas when you went to the Shadowfell, like don't enter any deals, don't eat anything, all those. Some of those apply, not all of them. The simple fact is, in the Feywild, you
I mean, I can eat things.
you can eat things.
No,
I can-
no. He can eat certain things.
Well-
If you want me to speak.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so the rule structure of the Unseelie Court is a little bit more numerical. It is refined more to a T of what you get per status.
That way you can be technically correct.
Correct.
This is the best kind
Technically. The Feywild is the place of fairy, magic, and chaos. They don't really have a structure of like who has higher status. There's people that have more power and more reputation, but it is the land of snap judgment, snap gossip, and the entertainment value.
See, entertainment.
No, that's
We're
And entertainment
reading this little banner, reading all this stuff in front of a portal.
and entertainment
You're about to enter.
can be skewed
Rules of the ride.
because they are not mortals. So what is fun for that Fey individual does not mean it is technically fun.
Survivable for you.
Correct. And that brings up know what? Roll a general history or arcana.
Green.
Yes.
18.
18. So right now the Unseelie Court does not have good standings with the Seelie Court or vice versa. They go back and forth of being friends, not friends, friend enemies, fuck buddies, whatever. Right now it is currently in ill light. It is very possible with 18 that your standing with the Unseelie Court will not be seen very positive with the Seelie Council members.
True. But I do also have standing with the Seelie Court due to my nature as a Green Warden. So
Correct.
they kind of cancel
But
each
that
other
current
out.
standing is being questioned
Yeah.
due to your family doing something.
Biased.
I mean, you don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know what they've done.
You don't know
That's
what
the thing.
they've
I have to
done.
go find out what
It
kind
is
they're
something
answering.
enough to cause a ruckus in the Seelie community that would jeopardize their power structure.
Ew.
What's Todd's standing in the Shadowfell?
I mean, you are a follower, you are a servant of Nicholas.
Yeah, but I'm talking like reputation-wise. Am I a visible entity?
You're definitely a visible entity.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Because you were, well, I mean, when you were chosen to go assist with these fuckwads over here, no,
Accurate.
You know, I was being
Accurate.
kind.
I resent being lumped in with these.
You're the leader of these fuckwads.
Yeah, I know.
So I would say
Prime
that you
fuckwad.
were, I mean, you were not an honored guest, you were the one below it.
Oh, fuck.
Becky's really had a detrimental effect on your language. Can we just say that?
All
I don't think you should be hanging out.
Bye.
I don't think you should be hanging out with Becky anymore.
So there's all that.
I'm just curious how my relationship status with the
At the end of the
Queen
day,
is going to affect my standing.
the basic rules are,
And you guys are on the DL, right?
The down low.
the basic rules of the Fae is, do not accept any food without payment.
Do not accept any gifts without payment. There has to be an exchange.
And well, food and gifts are pretty much the same
Yeah,
thing.
don't accept
Is that-
anything without exchange.
Correct. Thank you for the clarification. Do not dance with a ceiling member.
Unless you initiate the dance.
And there was one other. I'm forgetting it. Don't make promises.
Yep.
Never say I promise.
Also
and
names.
never say thank you. Because to say thank you in the Sealet Court would mean that you are
You're
indebted.
I
Very
did not
much
need
like
to be
that.
told that.
Got it. Don't speak, don't take.
Yeah. Don't provide your name or any of your titles.
Well, yeah, that's the same as.
No. It does not go without saying. Do not brag about your name or any of your titles.
Real titles.
You must use the words you may refer to me as. Do not say, if someone asks, may I have your name? You say no, but you may refer to me as.
Now, that said, your
Can I,
reputation.
and also, if someone asks, can I have a moment of your time? No, but I will happily speak with you. Because you don't know which moment they're going to take. It might be the moment you were born, or the moment you learned how to use a sword, or the moment you left to go on this grand adventure.
This sounds like it's going to be hard.
That's what she said.
My understanding is that Lady Nicholas had a very simple rule for you. Shut up.
This is fair. Yes, yes.
I think you should re-employ that strategy.
So is
But Nicholas isn't here. We going?
what he said.
What's the worst that can happen?
There are just some sentences we should stay away from, but I like it.
Do you want that is alphabetical, chronological, or categorical?
Astrological.
And I'm assuming with that, Vedic and Quinn are leaving the front doors of the manor.
Adventure!
I want it to be clear, I am still wearing the Groucho Marx glasses throughout this conversation.
That's fine. You're going to wear them in the FeyWild, so they won't
Yes,
know.
I am. That is 100% the plan.
Onward.
Onward? Okay. So as you guys are preparing to land, grabbing your stuff, getting your backpacks ready, getting rations, and yada, 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 is there absolutely anything you wish to do to tell people or put in the background in preparations, because you do have servants that can take care of stuff while you're gone?
Do you want to have like an airship flying to there?
Yeah.
Because right now you got a wreck of a
Ooh, that's a
spelljammer
really
ship.
good idea. Like, they should fix it, and then once it's fixed, haul holy ass towards Verosia,
Yeah.
and
Don't
maybe
we-
he'll come get us in time.
Not
The
Verosia,
spelljammer or
it's
the airship?
And I don't remember off the top.
Because we have airships available. If we wanted to have
Well, no,
them send one
we've got
over.
it being repaired.
Yes, it's currently going under
Overhaul.
overhaul.
Do we want to have them send an
Because-
airship that way anyways to meet us there?
No, we're going to have them finish fixing ours and send it.
And we're going to meet it. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that idea. Finish fixing
how are
ours,
we going to
send
talk
it
to
along.
them to meet somewhere? We don't even know where it is.
We're sending them to my family home.
All right.
So we should pick it. So we can pick up the
Sorry,
Spelljammer?
pulled a muscle. What was that?
Send. Where's the punching bag?
One of the fairies go,
a boxing club arrow.
To your family home, you say, Sweet Home Alabama.
What kingdom am I from? It's not Verosi.
It's not for us. I
don't think we ever named it.
Whatever
have
it
it
is,
named,
I
I
would like
forgot
it to
off
have
of-
the number of syllables as Alabama, please.
Or
I'll
an
tell you next
anagram,
time.
an anagram of Alabama.
It's on a document that I did not print.
That's fine.
Alabama.
I had written the backstory before I had a name for that place in your world, so I left it out. So.
Oh, okay. And it's a background kingdom. I
Yeah.
can definitely change the name, no problem.
Yeah. So as we are heading to the portal, I'm gonna. I am going to be explaining some bits of my family history to you that might help in all of this. My family has always had close relations with the Fae. An ancestor gained the service of several creatures, and we kind of had a friendly level of cooperation. My father saw fit to lean into that advantage and had the Fae in service to our line, creating works of art and helping along our business ventures, hindering those of our competitors, creating masterful works of arms and armament to outfit our personal guard. Suffice it to say, he overextended the hospitality that we were shown by these Fae creatures. But due to the deal that was struck before, they've been bound to it. And I suspect that my brother has taken this a step further. But that remains to be determined when we get there.
Okay, so, and I'm just gonna hop on in the car.
So,
That sounds
like we need
like...
to kill your brother?
Whoa!
Whoa!
Look, just because, and this is my vague understanding based on knowing you for approximately 2 days, you've killed your dad twice, doesn't mean that we have to only kill everybody.
We gotta kill all dads!
Oh, this is brother, it's not father. So, maybe. We'll try to get up to a maybe.
You start hearing a cocktail shaker going behind the bar.
That wasn't me.
It's worth noting that my brother attended Spellbright Academy and is a quite powerful wizard in his own right. You'll hate him.
No.
Damn.
And I have a younger brother, well, a younger half brother. I've never met.
Dragon's paw for you.
That's gross! Do people just hand you rabbit's feet?
Drink it.
Okay, that's
What is
delicious.
it?
Making drinks.
What did you just give me?
I assume that it's a tiki drink of some kind based on your extravagance.
It's not bad, actually. Pretty good.
The gold leaf is a nice touch.
Seems a bit excessive.
Leaf of the forest for you.
That would.
I mean, I usually stick with the coffee, but that's not bad.
So,
Sprung sprocket, sir.
Title of your sex.
Sounds like a very obscure screwdriver.
Yeah, it has a couple of like cogs in it and everything, yeah.
Sounds like some sort of bastardized screwdriver.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Warms the gut.
Swamp water.
It's like, mine's gonna taste like shit, isn't it?
Grunting on the half shell.
Hunting on a beach.
Which is rolled over in a turtle shell, right?
It's crap.
It's served in a bowl.
I was thinking the
That's a
leopard's paw
sex act.
thing, or leopard's tail, or
Yeah,
whatever.
I got it.
So yeah, just
Oh, that's right. This is like on a beach.
So-
grunting on a half shell on the beach.
In all seriousness, when they're done with your skyship, they're going to haul us to wherever we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we're going to meet them there.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Okay, have we told anyone this yet?
As we were discussing, we're telling people that.
Yeah,
now.
we're telling
Yeah, the
They're telling
servants are
servants
there.
they're going off.
Gotcha.
People are doing what they're doing in order to serve you as best as they can.
you'd
because
like,
you
we
are
could
the
ring
first
a little bell.
heroes in the city.
In which case, then we're good to go.
Was that giving them additional hit points?
yeah, sure, why not? 10
yeah.
hit points for
Yeah, the
everybody.
10 hit points.
I'm beginning my process of attunement.
We'll get you in just a moment.
So,
Take a dice.
So
10 points.
How many?
extra
10. No, she's rolling.
1d8 hit points for 1 plus hit dice.
My hit dice is there. So for the next 9 hours, you guys have an extra d8 hit points.
So are you
So
rolling that
do
for
we
us?
roll or
I'm rolling.
we'll roll it? Okay.
7.
It's a good drink.
These dice annoy me only insofar, specifically on the D8. Odds and evens are not on the same side of the pyramid.
Interesting.
Like the numbers are still opposite. They're the right number.
Yeah,
But normally, like all the evens are on one, and all the odds are on the other.
but they mixed that up.
This one did not do that.
Huh.
You got 1, 7, 6, and 4, and then 8, 2, 5, and 3.
Right.
And it's the only dice like.
So as these drinks are actually warming up your spirits, physically and spiritually,
Yeah, mine's like that one. Mine's the 1, 2, 3, 4 on one.
Quinn, you take a moment as you're sipping your drink and looking at as you flip out the blade, as it wobbles back and forth, as it freezes the very humidity in the air and creates persistent mist from the blade and down and following the wind in the air.
The roiling fog
Yes.
on the ground.
And you can feel your fingers become numb just from handling this object on the hilt. And with your passive perception, you can still feel that hidden eye on you as you look into the blade. And as you open it up and try to connect, you feel it mentally latch onto your mind. And yet it has not spoken, but you can feel another presence in your mind.
Ooh.
Now it's going to be awfully crowded in here. You may as well introduce yourself.
I'm not saying my name.
Are you in private or public?
I was still in the establishment while we're drinking our tea.
Yeah, so semi-private.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a few moments, I suppose. I already know your names after all. I'm Ventus. I would say it would be a pleasure, but it seems that you have unfinished business. Tell me, Quinn. Green Warden. What do you find broken in the world?
Oh, so very many things.
Right. And maybe we can fix a couple of those things, don't you think? So many injustices, so many wrongdoings, so many things that simply would just make the world better if they disappeared.
My place is to uphold and defend. I am neither judge nor jury, and especially not executioner. And I'm going to force my will and basically flood this person's sensibilities.
Which is perfect timing, because as you felt the same force starting to go into you,
Yeah.
yes, going to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Those are good.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know.
There's a 19 plus 12. 31.
31. And unsurprisingly, with the flood of your own tenacity, with your own tenacity, your own confidence, your own cockiness, You are you, and nothing can take that from you. Things physically can be taken from you, but
Yeah.
your mind.
Oh, I'm flooding this thing with all the images of me getting knocked down as a kid and climbing back up. You know, all of those things that I have taken on the chin and kept on coming. So it just knows with no uncertain
Make
terms.
a
There
insight
is
check.
no way it's ever going to be stronger than I am. Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Wow.
Man. So with
That's
the
the
natural
one
20,
thing.
you notice right away as he floods the memories, as you flood the memories, and it seems to pause and try to force it and then lets it go. Purposely. Wanting to know everything
Oh
about you.
no!
Wanting to see what's happened to you, who's hurt you, and tries to change the memories and remember the names for you, and makes a list of trying to find who they killed.
No,
He's making a list.
He's checking it twice. As he looks over, and with that impressive charisma saving throw and that impressive insight, you notice that he's trying to
twist it.
twist it, though it has very too little to no effect in this current state, and just seems to be unsatisfied. I weep for you. You say you're not judged. Why? Do you not think yourself as capable enough? Leading into the lesser men? The people that make mistakes?
I want
People
you
that
to,
are greedy?
I want you to understand the sheer force and verve of this statement coming from someone such as myself. You talk too much. And I'm going to shut him down.
Make an intelligence saving throw. Sorry, a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I haven't said anything.
10.
10. So,
That's
as you
all
bring
I
out,
heard
he
was
just...
like conversation.
He just, and almost as if it's mentally seen as your eyes go dark, you see an outline of a almost neutral male figure that kind of looks like you, of like a shadow representation. You do not get to tell me anything. I am just a slave, and I know slavery and other injustice of this world where it should not exist. And it will always persist unless you rip it from the world and put those that chain others and put them in chains themselves.
How
Teach
many
them a
tyrants
lesson.
have used the same arguments?
How many tyrants have put me in the same chains as you're trying to do now?
I am offering you no chains. I am offering you freedom,
Sister.
excitement, and adventure.
I tried to shut me in.
No, I tried to shut him out.
You're a smart man. You know people are corruptible. People do not listen unless they're forced to. You have that power with me, and we can teach them all the lessons they need. Will you not help me make the world a better place?
We will make the world a better place. I don't know, can I roll deception against this entity?
Make an intelligence saving throw.
Let's go back to charisma. I'm good at those ones. 14.
14.
What'd you roll?
With the residual natural 20 insight. Roll one more insight.
20.
20.
Not natural. Actual.
Dirty 20. This thing has been assailing you indirectly with each step forward. But not for exactly from itself, allowing you to step forward too. You've been fending it off, but he's right. Lesser men, they take bribes. They listen to their family over the need of the many. They interpret the rules that best suits themselves, and a lot of times do the job that is easier versus what really is needed to be done. Though he is harsh in his judgment, but you do see the mirror of it. And he just kind of sits there, and you feel a string shoot up your arm as the bow, well, two-bladed sword that was constantly dancing becomes razor sharp. Attention and at the ready. Then let's make the world a better place. Together.
Great. Now I have to convince my sword to kill people. They're a bad person. Oh, okay.
I want you to add 2 corruption points.
Okay.
And just remember that at the top of your character sheet.
2 what?
Corruption points.
Corruption.
So I add that to my existing score of 8.
I mean, if you are.
You have corruption points already? No, okay. It's like.
And you feel an attunement complete.
Okay.
Where is my... Ah, right, I put it up here.
This was a
So,
thing.
this is the basic of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is not what it is right now.
Yeah, I got that. This is the weapon form.
Yes.
Okay.
So, because I kind of needed to know what would happen and how far you would go. But the attunement process seems to be complete at the moment.
Okay. This last one is the one I'm going to use the most.
Yeah. It is a powerful item, but it is a dark vestige.
Oh, yeah.
In fate and in reality.
What about
You
that?
finish your cocktails, drinks, and mix, grunting the half shells.
I also have a carafe of 5 more
Ooh.
because I make 9 things at a time.
Nice.
So
6 bad messages.
It's 5 now.
I was looking at the notes and wait a minute, is this one of the bad messages? It said that we have now.
He's 15! 10! 10 commandments!
5.
How was it 10 before?
It was 6.
Yeah, it was 6.
Yeah.
It looks like it's just the red line made 6 look like a 10.
Into the Feywild? Onward!
Wait, what?
Into the FeyWild.
traveling music.
Be a traveling montage.
You better be some blues traveler or something like that. I'll come in with the harmonica.
And as you guys go into the distance and go to the edge, you are most likely leading the charge in this case. Okay. As you get to the edge of the city, as the city is starting to move on, still in mid-celebration, still high from we pushed away the big bad person that tried to kick in our door. It's time for us. It's our right to be here now. And people getting, overzealous and stuff like that. As you start to leave the city, as the city starts to die down in, volume level, and as the birds begin to chirp around you, and the rustling of leaves and the distant rolling thunder of traveling storms over mountain tops that are capped with white snow, how would you like to find this Fey portal? You are a very Fey-oriented individual, Quinn, but you also have to understand that you have to know the barriers that would misdirect lesser people for their own protection and for the Fey's protection as well. Because it's a very magical, rich thing to have a portal here. It magically enriches the land and has the Fey come here to have entertainment for the material planets and to invite people to theirs, whether it's two-way or one-way.
Where would you hide the portal?
What would you do to find this portal? You have resources, you have people.
I also have a pixie.
Yes, you do.
Show me the portal.
I
The
bet
place that you go.
at a tree. That's my guess. But there's lots of trees. So
It could also just be in plain sight. Down the back alley?
No, it's pixies. It would be someplace that you could not get there on purpose. You'd have to take a wrong turn to do it. But that's, you look for a tree that the shadow's on the wrong side of. That kind of stuff.
I'm already
with
looking.
my picks, can I roll nature? Or
You can either persuade what are you trying to do? Do you want to find it yourself, out of your own pride? Reputation is everything. Are you going to ask a lesser fairy to lead you to the portal? Are you going to command them? How would you like to present this?
Fairy on the end of a double stick.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. Like, I'm gonna look for that thing that's off.
Okay.
That like what I said. Like a
you
tree that the shadow's on the wrong side of.
It's never the same thing twice, but it's always something off, and usually beautiful.
Like a dry stone underwater.
Correct. It's something that's just off, so that normal people will go and probably not notice it, and the rest of the family are like, you can't read that, dumbasses.
Yeah, like a bunch of butterflies flying in a circle in one spot.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll a survival or a nature, your choice.
Natural 20.
Oh my god, those dice are on fire.
No, it's new dice. I switched to new dice.
Jesus Christ, man!
Survival is 29 plus 5, 34.
Okay, so as you look at your companion, as you're about, and you open your mouth, you just kind of close, and she looks at you and goes, "What's up, boss? How can I help you?" And you just close your mouth and just
bumble.
Look at the leaves of the trees, and you feel the wind. The leaves are blowing in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the leaves of a tree, but only like one or two.
Yeah.
Like breadcrumbs that lead to a spot. You have your trail. And you begin to walk. And as you walk through, the rest follow, am I presuming?
I don't know where I'm going, and he seems to know the way, so I will follow.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Don't eat the butterflies. Okay, fine. Because they might not be butterflies.
Oh, what?
What might they be?
Things that might bite back.
It makes it better.
Spicy butterflies.
Tropical butterflies.
Tropical butterflies.
Don't eat the spicy flies.
Opposite of
Raisin.
Any of your dogs had that experience yet?
So they're not
Sky
flying fatty?
The
raisins?
spicy flies.
Spicy sky raisins? No.
No.
Spicy sky raisins?
Bees and spicy sky
And-
raisins.
Bees or wasps?
With being proficient as you are as a ranger, you're able to guide people. You're able to guide yourself. Normally this would be difficult terrain, but I'm going to rule that with that natural 20 and you being your skill set and who you are and what you are, you're able to bypass that easily, with ease. Almost like a dance at this point. Not really a formal dance, but just improvisational, natural wind movements kind of dance. As you travel 2-3 miles, slowly going up at first, but then going down in between the natural rises of land masses that go up to the mountainside, as you find yourself going into a hidden valley. Probably a natural reservoir where I... Did I say something?
No. Keep going.
Okay. Well, probably where a natural waterfall might be. Not on, but near, as you start to hear the rolling of water. But you do not see a river yet. Which is interesting, but I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, except for Quinn. Because right now, Quinn is the only one with the membership in the Sealy Corps.
Yeah.
You got a badge. You got the multi-pass.
Your dice have passed the test? The first roll?
So,
Oh,
No,
save,
I
that's
have
right.
no bonuses. 17.
pretty good.
I broke a string on the way through. I'm very distracted by it, and this went very poorly for me. Got a 6.
6. Poetically correct.
Vendidos.
Dos.
22.
Oh, 22. Okay.
I'm outside in my element.
Okay.
Modified 20.
Modified 20. So
someone with
surprisingly...
-2.
Like the
It's not bad.
glasses are askew,
Wait, hold-
the string
Oh, because you're
broke,
brute,
it's
that's
all
right.
bad.
You said saving throw, you said the magic word.
So, Sparks, as you're walking by, as you see I kind of just look off and see a butterfly and almost like want to catch it, and you notice yourself kind of wander, and you kind of, how do you activate your brutish nature?
I'm just gonna. It's kind of like you have two faces of your, two parts of your mind. So you just look over, your eyes start to follow, and you just have the hand recharge.
Very militaristic of like,
Just
out for the prize, as you continue walking that direction. And you, even with the 17, start chasing the butterfly. And as you start to lead off in a direction, you notice that Todd's following you as well. And you start to hear steps in other directions. And you don't notice that you're getting steps.
Yeah, like I'm just looking down, trying to fix this as I
You got
walk,
superb
and
hearing
I'm
as well,
following
so-
the footsteps
yeah.
that make sense.
Vedic,
I'm following.
you're...
I'm following.
Oh yeah, no, I've got the button. Like finishing off. Spicy ones were fine. Spicy ones, no problem.
That butterfly had a family!
I hope so.
I'm following the leaves that are blowing against the wind.
Make a perception check
Butterfly
for
had
those that
3
succeeded,
kids in
except
a
for
business.
X and Todd.
I don't think I could have ever succeeded.
I'm fairly certain that Vedic learned the term blood hunt and then established one for several species.
That'd be a 15.
15, alright.
20.
Your perception check?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. 20? Pretty good.
17.
So that's a 74.
No.
I am happily
31.
following the leaves.
Only?
The leaves that are going against the wind.
It's all proficients!
No, I get half my proficiency to anything I'm not proficient in.
That's a bard. Bards are fucking broken.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. So what did you get? What'd you get?
31?
Jesus. So
Exactly.
Quinn first, then Vedic, and then actually Sparks. No. What's your passive stealth check? 10 plus your stealth. What's your 10 plus your stealth?
My stealth
No.
is. I'm sorry. Plus, like. If I'm reading this correctly, 10 plus my stealth is 26.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a new character. That feels wrong. But
That's a
no,
rogue.
that's.
Nope.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry,
I'm gonna go sit my ass down. We are never fighting this rat.
It's my
What'd you roll?
The
fighter
rat.
chick.
He
my
said 10 plus my
Oh.
stealth.
Put it off to the side
So
for now.
10
If she
plus
still
16.
exists,
She still exists at the bar.
she's running the ship.
Got it. So she's running.
She's-
Which ship?
Our airship, she's overseeing the rebuilding. She's
Okay.
going to fly it to my family home. She's the one that's going to get it
Got it.
there. So that,
Understood.
so that we don't have to worry about who's doing it. She is.
Got it. And you know,
And she-
right hand man. You know.
It takes
idea.
also keeps her out of the shadow.
Is there anything you're doing with the Spelljammer?
That's what we're using.
That's what we're talking about.
You have a sky ship, and then you have a Spelljammer.
Yeah, they're fixing the Spelljammer.
They're fixing the Spelljammer.
Because the Spelljammer will also work as an airship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just the skyship has technically more armaments.
yeah, we don't need the armaments. We need the speed.
I am the armament. Strap me to a hood.
I can be a ballistic item.
You really can.
We
But anyway,
we
so
just put him between it and the enemy, and he's our shield.
so mental checklist done. I made
go
the
back
notes.
in like
I'll
an
make sure
idea.
that that she is handling it, and she can become proficient within 24 hours.
Okay.
Actually, within 8 hours, because she has the same thing as you do. Well, something similar.
Okay.
Not
Yeah.
the same.
Okay, but it just
But
that way I can
Quinn,
put it aside.
you notice
and
this?
worry about
Vedic and Sparks, you don't notice it. You are currently following lead target. And Quinn, you notice in the distance off the right hand view, it's like, and you notice a kind of just trying to catch a butterfly. And you see a bunny currently like 50 feet off the other direction that's currently just going around a tree 3-4 times, trying to fix a blasted string on her instrument.
It would not be that loud.
it. I did not tell them.
She is very hard to see.
Yeah, I forgot to tell them to keep eyes on me, didn't I? Shit.
Like twang.
Oh, Acme!
It takes a few moments, but
Follow the leaves, then don't follow the wind. Follow the leaves, then don't follow the wind.
There's currently a bunch of leaves leading you in a direction.
Well,
Boxing
butterflies.
glove arrow.
The butterflies are flying against the wind, and I'm interpreting
that's
that
what
they
you're
are
referring to,
leaves
yeah.
floating away.
And next thing you know, an arrow hits you in the side of the head. Wham! Not to do damage, but
You have one?
Yes.
yeah, it does.
We're 6.
All right. What am I?
It's
He's just
not
trying to hit
damage.
you.
I'm just getting your attention.
Yeah, it doesn't do damage.
Ackley! Ecclestain. What is his actual... Ack!
Don't use my real name.
How is the shorter version the real name when this longer one is not?
Over here.
You're not supposed to use my real name.
Over here.
You're first.
We're over
You can
here.
Call me Uncle Steve. But don't call me
As soon
that.
as you look over, you notice that you're like 200 feet away.
We're over here.
All right.
Hurry. You
And
know,
then-
Eck, eyes on me. Walk to me. Walk to me, Eck. Walk to me, Eck.
Where's Todd?
That's a good question. Where's the bunny?
Never mind.
What?
Where's the rabbit?
Go to make a general attack, make a general acrobatics check.
Natural 1.
Oh man.
Wrong bunny.
Oh man. That becomes a 27.
27. So natural 1. So as you're,
I
you're
latch
moving
on to
forward
Eck and
hurl. And next thing you literally around the deck.
I do want to say, my passive perception is a 20.
So the rope doesn't get your attention. It's the choking kobold.
That hits the tree.
Well, since you're over there, grab the bunny.
What bunny? There's 3 of them.
Grab the middle one. The middle one.
I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna unlasso you.
No. Hold on to the rope. Hold on to the rope.
What? Get
hold
the
on
thing
to
off me.
I hold on to the hand and we follow the rope.
No, then it throws the rope. Just get it off me.
You do take
I
1
grab
point
the
of damage.
rope.
Vedic, you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage from being lassoed and
Sure.
thrown.
Sorry. I mean, it worked out.
If it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
I call that a win.
5 temporary.
Why weren't you would? Why are you going over here? We were walking this way.
No,
This is
no,
where we were following the leaves.
No, over here. You were following the butterflies.
Those were leaves.
Eck, you notice that you're pointing a completely different way than what you were actually going.
Realistically speaking, I gathered my party. We got the bunny back. I got the hurt Vedic. I clipped wins all
I
around.
pull out a rope.
and
I pull out a
you
rope.
notice real quick that you are within the barrier area
Yeah.
that is causing people that are not
That's the
invited.
misdirection.
I pull out a rope.
Oh, shoot! I see. So I realize that they're all getting misdirected. Like, I would like for you all to join me on this journey to the FeyWild. Do you accept?
What? We're supposed to. Alright, still tweeting. Just turn the tweeting noises down.
We're not
Down.
supposed
Perfect.
to accept offers. No, we're not supposed to promise anything. I need to pay you something.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
I would like for you all to join me on this journey. Will you come with me?
As long as this is not an obligation of mutual aid, yes, I would like to accompany you.
This is simply an invitation.
Then yes,
Whatever
I would
she
like
said.
to accompany you.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm in. No, I'm good.
All right.
So now they've been invited.
I pull out a rope and I issue a command word, and it goes and wraps around his waist, and then I.
Is this some strange turtle mating ritual we're not aware of?
Wait, no, I have that?
The rope of entanglement.
I have the rope of climbing.
I have a rope
You
of
have some
entanglement.
strange turtle mating rituals that we're not aware of.
I don't. Anyways, so you've now all been invited to the FeyWild.
And they don't. With the passive insights, most of you.
What's an insight?
I have one.
Yeah, after a few more minutes.
I think his passive insight is 2. Yes, I realize you had 10.
Stop. But the point is, you generally realize, oh yeah, I'm supposed to go with him. You're supposed to stay next to him. And you realize after a few moments of, oh wow, yeah, this thing was messing with me. As you all come out of the effects of the barrier. Essentially a confusion spell that was going to foreverly make you lost in the forest until you bumbled your way out, half starving, back to the city or somewhere else. And not long after, you find yourself listening to a roaring, but pleasantly, like in the background roaring, waterfall. As the trees quickly open up, covered in thorny briars and things that would be able to latch around you, as these thorny rose bushes that normally would have no way to pass through it unless you have flying or you plow through it through like a metal man or some other method, but gently just part ways as you have been invited by a member of the Green Warden. Still a member of the Green Warden.
For now.
Birds, sounds, and fragrant senses of exotic flowers, purple, blues, golds, and yellows. You find yourself in a river valley that has two, like almost like a horseshoe ring river. Yeah, I would call it a lake, but there's like a higher landmass at the center that also has a pathway to it. So it was going to create a river if that central landmass was not there. In a valley that's no more than 50 feet wide. Small, but quaint. Lovely, even. Two
like
big trees in the back that have sprawling above ground roots that set naturally perfect. It's not like, photo perfect, but it's like naturally in place of like that's the center of the alley as this waterfall that gently rolls off with a thin curtain that has the sun semi behind you that glistens off the background that doesn't blind you but lights up the water so that it lights up the entire area. For those that are not of Fey, you have experience, yes, but you have not lived it. Todd and Quinn.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember, there's 3 other people that are not.
No. I didn't know if I counted as Fey or not.
You definitely count as Fey
Okay.
in your second life. For Todd and Quinn, even though you're not of the Sealy Council or of the FeyWild, but you know Fey stuff. Anyone that would.
I mainly lived in a stable. That's why it was a question.
Yeah. I'll still give it to you. Quinn, you definitely see this right off the bat. If anyone else saw this natural wonder, they would blame it off of the random factor of the world, where things are messy, they get disorganized, and random spots just have that, random, that's beautiful, and it must be protected kind of situation, known as the random factor, the chaos of the world coming together and making beautiful and ugly things, and also organics. Some people call it evolution.
If you put 100 monkeys at 100 typewriters, after enough time, they would create the complete works of William Shakespeare.
Yes. But this was not created by the natural
Not the
wonderful.
monkeys. Okay.
Not by monkeys. This was manufactured by Fey. How everything has been placed, the subtle flowers, and the general flow of magic in the air, you can tell right off the bat that this portal is not a natural portal. And you know where the portal is, but as you see the above ground roots that have jumped, almost like jumping out of the water of a fish, these roots that have jumped out, again, crossing over, creating an upside down woven net at the center of these 2 trees in front of the rolling waterfall. Not in the actual waterfall, but where this center mass that seems to round about. And there's a small little 5-foot hole.
Send in the bunny. It's 5 foot. I'm barely gonna fit.
And with your passive perception,
Get the grease ready.
you hear
I'm not fitting
movement
that.
of flowers, movements and rustling of leaves, and you hear of a heavy hooved animal. And you look off to the side, semi up on the hill, you see the door's protector. A stock white, albino, male deer. Elk, thank you. No, it's not elk.
Oh,
it's
no.
Buck.
no, there was a specific name. A male deer.
A stag.
Stag, thank you. With antlers that roll out royally. Not just one, not 2, but dozens upon dozens of thin antlers that dance around with runic energy of Sylvan that seem to pulsate and bud with purple and lilac flowers
Show off.
that bud upon the arrival of a green warden. That gently
Oh look, he's
flow
happy to see you.
as the rolly flowers, puddles that continually just bud, and fall off of him naturally and flow in the air naturally, giving the place another beauty. But as soon as they get within proximity, they turn ashen gray and die, turning to powder, touching your skin, turning to powder before even touch Todd. Before this protector gives a elkin wail and goes off into the forest. Seemingly frightened off of the prospect of some sort of check. You can roll an insight if you so desire.
I don't think I need to roll.
You can make your assumptions.
Well, I know why Todd causes. Did the petals turn to ash when they touched me?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
They turned to ash like within 5 feet
Yeah.
of her. They turned to ash when they touched you.
Okay.
But they turned to gray within like 2-3 feet of you.
Okay. So.
And the rest of them seem to have a similar effect on Ek, Sparks, and Vedic. And then next you know the dust.
What's this? I'm just picturing Gimli with the ghost hands in the fog just float. Alright, so the portal stands.
This part
Unguarded.
Well, no, it is very much guarded. It's just there. And here we go.
Weapons?
I mean, bring them if it makes you feel better.
I'm always armed.
So we're standing in front of this basket, no more 5 feet in height. That has they have dozens upon dozens of openings, so you're able to see inside. And you see of this roots. I keep wanting to call it branches. They're not branches. They're roots that have jumped the soil and wrapped and wrapped and wrapped. You notice that there's actually a ring of mushrooms at the center, followed by a couple of placement of stones, with only the biggest hole that you have, because there's dozens upon dozens of holes in it, is maybe 2 feet in diameter.
I'm not fitting through that.
Yeah, you will. Just watch. And I go skipping down the stones and circle it twice counterclockwise.
Okay. Make a general charisma check.
Leadership.
7, just charisma, not saving throw. So 13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. With each passing loop around this small little basket, it makes everyone blink every time it passes. Every time Quinn passes your field of view, that actually takes over the view from direct line of sight to this doorway. It changes. It grows a little bigger, and a little bigger, and a little bigger, but stops about 5 feet in diameter for the hole, though the mound of roots have grown exponentially.
Are we shrinking? Or is it getting bigger?
Make a perception
Or is it
check.
your imagination? I consider this dismaying observation.
Am I falling out of this chair?
There are no windows.
And no doors. 14.
14?
So I offer you this chilling challenge.
You're looking around the trees. The trees haven't changed anything. You're looking around the rocks. Yeah, you think you're shrinking.
So am I going to fit through this?
Kind of already fit.
Yeah, you already fit.
Yeah.
Can I not shrink?
Nope. I mean, it's changed size.
I'm making it so they can fit.
But can I step out or just, opt out? Is there an opt out button?
You'll be a very big buddy.
You will pass through just the same.
Okay, cool.
You'll be a very big bunny.
For the rest of you with higher perception skills, you're not shrinking. It has grown, yes, but it won't grow past a certain point, as far as you can tell. But being Fey and stuff like that,
So it's all about perception.
probably
Yeah,
not a
they're not
problem.
gonna like you anyway.
Oh, right. It's the perception thing. Got it. It's all about perception. So remember the door required you to be at a certain angle.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Yep.
So what are we going to
So
see
we
on the other side?
Go in.
I pull how many? 5 of. I pull 5 silver coins out of my pocket. Silver. They don't like cold iron.
Silver's fine.
I pull 5 silver coins out of my pocket, drop them next to the mushrooms, and step through the hole.
3.
Okay. And you have,
Was
to,
that
you have
one-
to get on your
was that
knees in
one-
order to step through.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get about your shoulder, as you kind of wiggle, you see Quinn's body floom, with a suction of air.
Quinn, I got you.
So yeah, shiny cobalt.
You didn't pay. You didn't. You didn't. He didn't. Pay.
He paid for everyone. You gotta walk forward.
Oh, wait.
Sparks as soon as you go past your elbow, there's a harsh sucking sound, and again, only about 4.5 feet in length. So you have to get down and go inwards.
And the Eck goes.
There's like a harsh
And there's
suction. Yeah, like a shot back.
At the moment that a bunny foot to the
And boosh, as you fall through. And Todd, you are remaining.
axe.
You with me.
You just do.
Yeah.
Can you done this?
Like I meant she like does the whole like nose thing and dives, you know.
I was just imagining
Just
her
like a
walking
little
in.
cannonball.
Yeah. And very much like you're falling, but you're not. As you fall through, very much like Wonderland kind of situation, as you fall, fragments of reality, unspindle the very thread of reality itself. As you see time become a Jeremy Bearimy once more, and you land.
A lot.
Show offs. I am not impressed. Is he rolling backward?
I am not impressed.
On the other side, Vedic comes through and Quinn reaches out and catches him, turns him right side up, sets him down, pulls him out of the way. Ka-thunk!
And with a flash of whoosh, as you see a bright light, multiple lights, dozens of lights, very other portals that are open, but you only seem to be going towards one as it unspindles completely, becoming equally infinitely long and yet intersecting at certain places. You hit the other side.
Flying through a series of tubes.
All but Quinn. It takes you a moment to process this, including Todd. Have you ever been in the FeyWild before?
I would assume so. This is Shadowfey.
No!
Okay, so this is equaling as assailing you, if not more so.
Oh
due
yeah,
to
like
the-
this is a lot, like they haven't heard of Tone It Down in this universe.
Yeah, correct. I'm going to read a little bit from my passage.
This is fluorescent.
As you are introduced, crawling and falling through into the FeyWild, plains of fairies, realm, and existent characterization by magic, chaos, and change. Y'all look upon a land, a place unrestrained and awe-inspired natural beauty, where the vibrant trees of the exotic colors dress the trees, plants, and funguses, are elevated to a richness thought impossible to behold, almost brought to mind new colors that the mortal eye could never see and should never see. The smells, sounds, taste here linger, nay, coat the very air you breathe with a taste of ecstasy and brimming intoxicating energies.
Smells like dog.
Your bodies almost burn with an overwhelming urge to bound and dance until the newfound energy is spent. However, for those that have known the touch of the Shadowfell, the soul-sucking personality, crushing somberness that is the reality of the Shadowfell, experiencing the other side of the proverbial coin that is the FeyWilds. The back of your minds click as you're about to just party to endless energies. That's a dangerous, grim thought comes into your mind. Which is more dangerous, the Shadowfell or the FeyWild? And a dog nose in my car.
Cast your votes down.
In nature. If you're on Patreon, cast your vote. No.
I was not prepared to see dog nose like. Hi, how you
Welcome
doing?
to it.
Hey.
I'm
Now
sorry. Who
imagine
wanted a
living
puppy? Who?
Now imagine living with Tank.
No. And you find yourself to the other side. Forever twilight skies in between this royal blues and somber oranges of a twilight that never ends. These colors that go all over the place of the spectrum, dressing the trees and funguses, seeing a impossibly lovely, somber, rolling field of, we're talking about like Hollywood style, 6-inch blade grass rolling in the wind, butterflies everywhere, with just an invitation of just wanting to relax in this one spot that just draws you in.
Is that your business?
How would you like to proceed as you first enter the FeyWilds?
I'm gonna
Quietly.
put my hood up and my goggles down, and I feel a little hungover. There's a lot going on.
There is a
and
lot
I'm
going
not
on.
a fan.
I pull my banjo around from my back. Ding ding ding.
And as that sound, ding ding ding,
And as I'm holding my
the blades of grass kind of almost vibrate.
Ding 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 ding.
I pull out my big old pot and go, no. This isn't the moment.
You wait for it.
And I as we walk, and I know where we're going because I've been summoned to it. Do I know which direction is from where we came into?
That we're going to get into next session.
Okay.
We're going to take a break here before I give more information about the extensive things about the Feywild. So, as you guys venture forth, we're going to take a break and we're going to see you next time. So, till next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling, everyone. Bye-bye.
I cannot help but notice the world is not the same as when we all got started, and we know who's to blame. No turning back now to try to be insane. For what's beyond the veil, too vivid to explain. Faceless behemoths haunt my dreams, seeking to steal my sanity. I will not stand down, won't back away, as long as you're with me. Together we roll, together we roll. I'll fight for you, will you fight for me? Together we roll, I'll protect you, just as long as you stand with me. Together we roll. The gods look down on us, we're just a game to them. Eldritch monstrosities at their unholy whim. But we will stand up, we'll shout a battle cry. The future beckons us and we'll stand unified. There's something coming and it's coming fast. We won't be frightened by the dead hand of